Happy New Year, everybody! Let's have a quick look over the fixes and new features of Molsketch version 051 Boron 10. First, the fixes. In version 050, the Wikidata search was introduced that relies on OpenBabel. Now, OpenBabel is quite happy to throw exceptions, and if not caught, those invariably lead to Molsketch program crashes. In order to fix that, these exceptions are now caught and an error message will be displayed. Number 2, thanks primarily to Alexander Plamistos, who diligently reported a lot of bugs and made some comments for improvements on SwissForge. There is now a proper desktop file and MIME file extension association, such that you should, especially in Linux, see the MSK file type associated with Molsketch and also see Molsketch pop up in your applications menu. So let's turn to the new features then. Number 1, there is a Newman diameter associated with the atom that allows you to draw Newman projections. And second, there are a few new alignment tools that allow you to align molecules and arrows with respect to one another. Let's start with the Newman diameter first. I'm going to draw an atom, and in order for the projection to turn out right, I'm going to put it at a very definite coordinate, in this case 0, 0, so the origin of the drawing, but it could be any coordinate that I explicitly set in the Properties panel. The Newman diameter is also in the Properties panel, and I'm just going to increase it a little bit, and as you can see, as soon as it's different from 0, we see a circle of that diameter appearing instead of the atom itself. If we decrease it back to 0, the atom reappears. Now let's add some ligands to that atom. I'm just going to draw 3 additional atoms to it, and as you can see, they are drawn exactly as you would expect for the hind atom in a Newman projection, that is the more distant atom. Now let's finish the Newman projection drawing with a front atom. I'm just going to draw another ligand because obviously the front atom is also bound to the hind atom, and then I'm going to position it explicitly where the hind atom is, so at the same coordinates, and use the Properties panel for that again. And finally I can add some ligands to the front atom as well and see how my Newman projection turns out. Finally, the alignment tools. Let's start with a new drawing and add some random molecules from my molecule library over here. All the new tools are in the alignment toolbar over here. I'm going to pull it out, and then you can see we have a tool for left aligning those molecules so that all their left edges line up. We can align them around their common center, and of course to the right. And the corresponding tools of course also exist for the vertical alignment, where you can align the tops, vertical centers, and bottoms of the molecules. Then we have 2 spacing tools that allow you to put items at a defined distance. I'm just going to pick the one for horizontal and select a distance of 10 pixels to put these 3 molecules 10 pixels apart. Alternatively, you can use the interval, which will put the items at a fixed interval, and you can see since the cyclopropane is smaller, that makes the gap between the cyclopropane and the cyclopentane much larger than between the cyclopentane and the naphthalene. The point of this is to put the centers of items at equal distances as to allow you to build some sort of a grid, if you wish, from those items. Of course, the same tool also exists in a vertical version. Finally, there is also a cleanup tool. If you have scribbled down a molecular structure just like I have over here, you can simply select the molecule, click that tool, and the structure will be cleaned up. This cleanup is performed by OpenBabel, so the usual limitations apply. If you do not have OpenBabel, this tool will not be available to you. I hope you will find these new tools useful, and as always, I would appreciate your feedback and any bug reports that you could file.